What's going on, everybody? Gettin Buckets with the Draft War Room. We're actually on location a little bit. We got kicked out of our war room. Carlin and Kelsey Whitted from the Gettin Buckets crew. Now, the first round is officially over. DeAndre Ayton went number 1 to the Phoenix Suns. Marvin Bagley III went 2 to Sacramento. Good pick over there, Kelsey. The Atlanta Hawks went with Luka Doncic at 3. At 4, the Memphis Grizzlies went with Jaren Jackson Jr. from Michigan State. And at 5, Kelsey, Trae Young to Dallas, which was then flipped to Atlanta. So Trae Young to Atlanta, Luka Doncic to Dallas. Let's start there. What do you think about Doncic in Dallas?
I mean, I really like it just because of the fact that you have a tandem with Dennis Smith Jr. and with Luka Doncic. I mean, we saw with Dennis Smith Jr., he brought the it factor. I mean, sure, he may have not been the most talented, but he was definitely the one that gave up the most fight. And then with the Luka Doncic, I mean, this guy is crafty. He can score from the outside, take the dribble on the inside, and he, like I said, he's crafty, he's shifty. I would like to see how that tandem moves forward in Dallas.
Now, see, for Atlanta, I love Trae Young with the Atlanta Hawks. This guy, Atlanta needed something. They needed an identity. And now Atlanta has it. We got Trae Young, you have John Collins, you have a lot of different guys there. They also made 2 other picks, drafting Omari Spellman, and they also added another really good player at 19. So, I mean, if you look at the Hawks, that team can continue to push forward and continue to build up that franchise because, I mean, that's a proud franchise. That team can continue to grow. At 4, I give Memphis an absolute A+ in the Jaren Jackson Jr. Pickup. That's huge. He has length, athleticism, he defends, he shoots the ball. Great pick from Memphis. Right. Now, Sacramento taking Marvin Bagley III. What do you think?
I mean, I really like it. I mean, you look at Sacramento, and we talked about it last year at the draft, at the War Room, that Sacramento knocked it out of the park with their draft. And you add a guy like Marvin Bagley III that can be able to play from the inside, can work a little bit for the mid-range. I mean, and already paired together with what they're already having. Young guys, I mean, both Bogdanovich had a really good rookie season last year. So you look at it, Sacramento's got something brewing. I just hope that they have the coaching aspect to really develop this core into really something prominent in the West.
Kevin Huerter was the other guy I was thinking of at 19 for Atlanta. Now, DeAndre Ayton to Phoenix, it's a franchise-altering move. You now have a big man. We talk about it all the time. Dragan Bender, solved. Marquise Chris, a little bit of a head case. Talented, head case though. Alex Len's a backup. And Tyson Chandler, he's headed out the door for retirement. So, now you finally have your big man, DeAndre Ayton. He's teaming up with Devin Booker, Josh Jackson. Now Phoenix has a foundation. At 6, Orlando takes Mo Bamba. At 7, Chicago takes Wendell Carter Jr. At 8, Cleveland takes Colin Sexton. And by the way, Kels, he wants to wear Kyrie Irving's old number, number 2.
Yeah, I really like the attitude I see out of Colin Sexton. I mean, out of Alabama, he was electric. I mean, really can play from the outside, shoot the ball well, and then plus you're looking at with the Cleveland aspect. Sure, they may be losing LeBron James, but you look at it, they're planning on keeping the Kevin Love. They still have some other assets there. They can still be a solid team in the East. Not going to be championship contenders no longer, but they're still going to be a respectable team in the East.
Oh, absolutely, because he's going to have Kevin Love. And Colin Sexton, to me, is an Eric Bledsoe type of talent. Good player, strong, can shoot, take over a game. Good, definitely a good court presence there. At 9, the New York Knicks take Kevin Knox. At 10, the Philadelphia 76ers take Philly native Mikal Bridges, and then flip him to the Phoenix Suns to get Zaire Smith. So, Zaire Smith was Philadelphia's guy. They wanted him all along. Bridges was a guy a lot of Sixers fans were hoping that they would get. They did get him. Unfortunately, they flipped him to Zaire Smith, so I'm sure Sixers fans weren't exactly the most happiest people in the world. Unfortunately, that's just the way it worked out. At 11, Charlotte with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They flipped him to the Clippers for Miles Bridges. And also, the Clippers taking Jerome Robinson at 13. Why?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a head scratcher there. I mean, I'm sure that with their Doc Rivers still coaching there, I mean, championship pedigree, you can see that the Clippers could try to make that work, but it was definitely a head scratcher in our opinion.
No, absolutely. I didn't even have him going in the first round in my mind. I was a little confused about that whole pick. At 14, Denver gets a steal. Michael Porter Jr. falls all the way down to the Denver Nuggets at 14. And remember, Michael Porter Jr. is supposed to be the number 1 pick in this draft. So if you're getting him at 14 and his hip checks out, his back checks out, ooh, Nuggets have a steal.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like this. Denver is really already a young core, and they're already strong. They were very close to making the playoffs in the last 2 years. I mean, they were 1 game away this season. So when you look at it, they already have a core that's developing, and now you're going to add a player who's projected to be the number 1 overall pick But of course, injuries happen to decimate that. But I look at it like this: it could be something like a Joel Embiid situation in Philadelphia, where the Philadelphia 76ers end up taking the risk of Joel Embiid, and look at what he's at now. So if you look at it with the Denver, with already at the spot that they're are right now, instead of like in Philadelphia back then, damn, it's going to be something special in Denver.
Troy Brown to Washington at 15, good pick. Zaire Smith at 16 to Phoenix and flipped to Philly from Mikal Bridges. 17, the Milwaukee Bucks go with Dante DiVincenzo. Good pick. They needed shooting. San Antonio takes Lonnie Walker the 4th from the U. Atlanta took Kevin Huerter at 19. We touched on that. And Minnesota takes Josh Okogie over at 20. At Utah at 21, they take Grayson Allen. Very shocking pick. I mean, he's a good player, but I wouldn't take him in the first round. 22, Chicago goes with Chandler Hutchison. 23 was Indiana. They went with that third Holiday brother, Aaron Holiday. 24 was Portland. They take Anthony Simons, the kid from IMG Academy. What do you think?
I mean, I look at it like this. Like, again, Portland's in a really good situation. I mean, even though they happened to make the playoffs, got swept by the Pelicans
in an embarrassing fashion.
In an embarrassing fashion, then yeah, I get it. But you know what? Portland already has something established there, and they're already respectable in the West. You add a really young kid behind a bad man and Damian Lillard, man, they could be literally the protege right there.
I'm with it.
Yeah. So
I'm with it.
you know, it may be a little bit surprising because you're literally drafting a kid like very young, right out of high school. But you think about it, you're putting it with one of the best scorers in the game.
Absolutely. For NBA All-First teamer too.
Exactly.
The Lakers at 25 take my guy Mo Wagner. Didn't really expect Wagner to go in the first round, but either way, good pickup for the Lakers. 26, Philadelphia takes Wichita State point guard Landry Shamet. 27 with Boston, they take Robert Williams. Robert Williams was supposed to be a lottery pick. His size is 27. That's just another pick that Danny Ainge can throw into his arsenal there. 28, the Golden State Warriors take Jacob Evans. 29, the Brooklyn Nets take Jamin Musa. Really good score from Bosnia. Brooklyn probably won't bring him over for another year or two. And then at 30, to wrap up the first round, the Atlanta Hawks take Villanova big man Omari Spellman. So that pretty much wraps up the first round here. For Kelsey Whitted, I'm Kai Carlin. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.